Okay guys, we're here on the Camaro again. Welcome to another episode of this Old Camaro. Today's episode is going to be featuring the removal of all this emissions garbage. You probably can't see very well, but any of these hoses that aren't carrying fuel are going bye-bye. So I'm going to vacuum advance for the distributor. That's pretty much it. So, also we're getting rid of this 2-barrel carbon intake very soon. I'll show you in another video exactly what I've picked up. So stay tuned for that. And there's just stuff here I don't even know what this is. I still don't know what this is. If the viewers could tell me what this block is it EGR? Who really knows? Anyway, we're going to get rid of all the emission scrap today. That's the plan. We're also going to be drilling a hole we're cutting a large hole in the exhaust to make it louder, because I can barely hear it run. And also, it's fuel filter time, kids. So, we're going to pull that out and see if it runs better. Yeah. Okay, I got a couple things out of the way there. Now I just got to make up some... oh my goodness, my hand's shaking. Let me change hands. So I'm just going to make up some blanking plugs out of some old hose and some bolts. We'll block off the hole and clamp this in place. We should be good to go, but you can see it's cleaned up quite a bit already. Got rid of a lot of things, so I just got a couple of ports to block off now, especially that one. I don't want that one leaking. And I figured while I'm in here, we'll just temporarily tighten down the carb bolts as well, just to make sure everything is good. Okay, well I got a little carried away. Yeah. Pulled the carburetor. It's got a little issue, which I'll tell you about. The problem with the carburetor is when you step on it, it seems like the bowl in the carburetor. It seems like the bowl in the carburetor is running out of fuel, and that's either fuel pump, fuel pressure, or blocked the valve that the flow controls. I'm sorry, I'm not thinking with my head on straight. Anyway, the valve that lets fuel into the carburetor could be blocked. So let's take a quick look at the carb. Okay.
I got it on the bench.
So here it is. It's on the bench. I pulled the top off. You can see there's, well, maybe you can't see, but there's actually a little bit of crud in here. It's not the most pretty. I don't know what goes into this big hole here, because my power valve goes here. These are my normal 2 barrels. This space, I don't know, but there's a fair amount of dirt at the bottom of that. You really can't see in that center hole. And right here is where the fuel comes into the carburetor. So,
Okay, so
we're going to figure this out.
in the front of the carburetor,
It's controlled by the float with your... Derek, what's this thing called again? The
jet?
No. I don't know. But anyway, that little guy goes in there. And then based on the float height, or remaining fuel in the carburetor, it lifts that up to let more fuel in. So I'm wondering if maybe that's not working. So really, another possibility is my float height might not be correct. Something I hadn't thought about until right now. That's right, YouTubers, you were here for that moment. So let's check it out on the interweb and see how we would set a float height in a 2-barrel Rochester Dealey carburetor. Well, after much delay and mucking around on the bench here and using the interweb to Google the heck out of this thing, I found out this is a Rochester Dual Jet 210. Probably the E version for emissions. So you can see I've blocked off all the vacuum lines that are not necessary. It's really tidied up the engine bay, and you know, half that stuff probably wasn't working anyway. So now what I got to figure out is this guy here has that. Oops, sorry, I don't know what's happening. I'm just gonna try and hold the camera phone steady for just a second. So there's that thing there that controls a little flap inside the exhaust manifold, right after the exhaust manifold. I want to disable that, but I don't know if the default position is closed or open, so one can only assume it would be open, but you never know. General Motors stuff. So I'm going to Google that, and then we're going to try and start this thing without any emission stuff on it. And I've got the battery charger on it right now, just so we can get some extra cranks out of it, because like I said, the bowl's empty. So I'm going to take a little bit to fill that up. As soon as we figure that out, we'll be rolling, and hopefully running good again. We'll see. Who knows? Okay, let's see how it starts. I'm just going to turn on the exhaust ventilation system, and we'll see. Well, she's running without issue. Idle's a little higher than I'd like it, but it's all good. No problems there, so you can really, I guess I've never shown the Camaro running on camera, but you'll notice how quiet it is. You'll be right next to the exhaust up here and there's no rumble. That's incredibly quiet. I think we got to make it a bit louder, but at least it's running now. We've got some things disconnected. We'll have to see just how well it runs. And I see this hose is sucking in. Whoops. I need a better hose there. The car seems to run just fine. I've shut her down now. Just taking a look underneath that. Something I've been thinking about an awful lot. The exhaust system. So you got your catalytic converter. I've actually, the bolts undid holding this in place. I haven't even looked in here yet. Let's just see. Aye. So I don't know what goes on in there. I really don't know, but I'm tempted to put a big old pry bar through here, you know, and loosen things up a little bit. I don't know how that's going to work, but oops, we're going to get the old pry bar here. Mr. Orange Bar. Probably get a garbage can under here would be a good idea too. I know this from previous cat restoring experiences. Let's just pop this in here for a second. It's kind of impossible to get in there at this angle. Appears to be some sort of tamper-proof Shizen area. I honestly don't know what to say about this. I'd be curious to start up the car with this on there, and if it's quiet, then it's kind of dickered. Let's get a... Anyway, I'm going to mess around with some pry bars and stuff. Well, a few taps of the old sharp tip pry bar. So this is one of those cats that's full of pellets. Pretty likes the pellets. You can see those pellets have been released into the bottom area now. What I'm hoping is somehow those pellets now will be blown through the exhaust pipe. Hopefully not just caught in this muffler. And it'll poop out the end. But I'm thinking more likely what's going to happen is the pellets are going to get caught in here, so this might be a bad idea. Which is why I'm thinking I should undo it here first. And maybe hook up my exhaust collection shite. But I don't even know what to do anymore. I really don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing. Pretty much just messing around. How the hell is this going to work? Anyway, I'm pretty sure those pellets are going us back. Well, that's just how smart I am. I don't know if you can hear this or not, but the vacuum's running. And it's actually sucking the pieces out of there right now. You can hear it. It's like sandblasting the inside. I can feel them coming through the pipe. Just need to make a better seal. Yeah, it's still going. I tapped the muffler and it's still sucking. Well, I just got back into driving the Camaro now, and it drives like a different car. Way better throttle response. It's not bogging anymore. It's not lacking fuel. I'm abusing it now, like hard throttle, high revs, burnouts, full load, and it's running great. So looks like cleaning the carb helped, and disconnecting all those vacuum leaks. That's probably a good idea, and plugging them up. So as for the exhaust, it's no louder. Maybe it helps for performance. Maybe it's less blocked now, but I'm leaving some pretty good clouds of dust and stuff at lights. Pretty good stuff with all the crud flying out. So that'll fix itself. We'll just let nature take its course. But that's all for the Camaro for today. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe and please comment and give me some ideas of what I should do for exhaust systems. H-pipe, X-pipe, thrush mufflers, whatever you think is best. Comment below. Thanks for watching.